Alright, so this is going to be the 6th match that I reviewed today. This is on Junkertown. This is a 5-4 win for us. And we are running pretty standard comp we've been running throughout the day. We are running the Soldier instead of the McCree. But this is a pretty good map for Soldier, so there's not really too much to that. They're running, if they run this, they're running the Genji with the nano boost. They're running the Roadhog Reinhardt, and then they're running Moira and Soldier 76.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Alright, so just at the start, we're just kind of poking. We have our junk right here, and this was really dangerous. I think you get out of this, which is cool. But obviously, you know, prefer not to lose our junk right here. And my question is, at this point, do we have? We don't. Yeah, we do have a mine. Okay, well, you use the mine to kill the Genji instead, so that's perfectly fine. And then you jump back this way. All right then. And then we help our Junkrat get back. He's back doing damage. So at this point, on the point, there isn't really too much more. I guess there is still some at this point. We're not really, doesn't really matter. We can drop, we can not drop if we want to. We do get our Junkrat hooked though, which is unfortunate, and I think we'll lose our Junkrat to that. We hooked our Roadhog in return though, but he should be fine. He'll back up with his team, and the Reinhardt's pushing forward. At this point, we should now drop the Reinhardt onto the low ground so we can contest their Reinhardt. They get an anti on both of the tank line. We kill their Moira though. And we need to protect our Reinhardt here. He dies, which is unfortunate, and the Roadhog gets pinned. So they killed both the tanks. Now it's just Soldier and Moira left on point. And they should be able to clean that up. And then I question whether or not we contest this again. We don't have any ults, so I don't think it's really best for us to. So we just back up, yes. So ideally, the play is probably to try and play high ground here. There's just a ton of advantages playing on the high ground on this map, especially. So I think it takes us a little while to rotate, but we do eventually rotate everyone up onto the high ground. Their soldiers over on the opposite side. We're just kind of throwing damage back and forth between the two. Their soldier pops visor, and they pop nano on the visor. So they're using 2 ultimates here. Our soldier's getting low. Put health pad down. We hook the soldier. Don't shoot him. Our hog gets pinned. I think we lose our hog here. Yep. The soldier comes forward. We kill the soldier, which is huge. Right as the nano wears off, we get the kill. And now we've got 4 on point. They're on us very low. We pop visor. We need to keep our soldier alive here though. Shatter comes in, kills our soldier, but in the same time as that happened, we're killing a lot of them very quickly. The Roadhog's extremely low. Our Junkrat's getting back. He kills up the hog, and then it's just the Reinhardt on the Reinhardt. But we do lose our Reinhardt. But we should be able to retake this. It's just a Reinhardt on point alone, and the Junkrat is able to finish it off. Alright, so we have to wait for respawns though, and we get the res off on the Moira, which is good use of res there. Just make sure we have all 6 back on point when the next fight starts. So, same kind of setup again. Soldiers up on high ground. Their soldiers on the opposite high ground, just kind of shooting back and forth from each other. They pop Blade, but they don't have nano for it. So the best kind of play for this is probably just to split up and try and stop him from getting too much on the Blade kills. But he does. He kills the Moira. He then dashes and hits no one. He's on the Reinhardt still. And yeah, you can just kind of swing on him when he's doing this, because he can't burst you down, and your shield isn't stopping him from doing that. So we start swinging the hammer on. So the Genji gets half. He's forced to... I actually think he might go aggro on you still. Because, yeah, he does get the Rhino very low. He does finish the Rhino off. We get our Roadhog in. I think we're going for their Ana. But she doesn't die there. We use our ultimate instead, which does kill him. But we lose our soldier to the Reinhardt, and they should be able to clean this fight up. Yeah, it's just Mercy on point alone. He's off running out. Moira. And then we just have our Reinhardt. We need to help him get out. Alright, we kill their soldier, which is really good on us. Alright, this next fight starts. Going into this next fight, the ultimates we have is we're pretty close to Visor. We pretty much have Coalescence, we have Shatter, and we have Tire. As far as their ultimates go, they almost have Blade. They're halfway to Nano. They're halfway to Hoggle. They're halfway to Coalescence. They have Shatter, and they have Soldier ult. Their Hog uses their hook. They don't get anything with it. They get a big Shatter on us. The Shatter cancels our Shatter. But we kill the Reinhardt and the Genji with our Tire. We lose our Soldier, or our Reinhardt, sorry. They pop Visor in response to that. We go for the res, and we need to protect our Mercy when that happens. But we aren't able to do that. She dies. We hook the Soldier. Try and kill him through his Visor. We pop our own Visor on the flank. Burn their Soldier down. Burn their Ana down, and we aren't able to stop Moira from getting away, I don't think. I think she does get away, yeah. So then we just back up again. So going to this next fight, they're probably going to Blade. They're going to Nano Blade. That'll be their win condition here. The only thing we can really do to stop that is we'll probably try and pull hog it and try and keep him away from our team as much as we can. And overall, the play to that, when we don't have a support ultimate that counters it, we don't have a trance, and even then it's a Nano Blade. So even if we have a trance, we can't counter it really that much or to beat, is to play split. We have to make sure we play separated from each other and use our CC to our advantage. So if we get him stuck in a trap, or if we can hook him, or whatever we can do, if we can just burst him down with damage, which is kind of hard to do when he has all that health with Nano Boost. But the main thing is staying split. If we stay split, then he has to engage on somebody with a dash and kill them. And if he kills them, then he has dash. But if we can try and keep people alive while staying split, he can't dash again, which is a big part of the Genji Nano Blade because it gives him an animation cancel. So yeah, we use our Full Hog to try and keep him away from our team. Yeah, and he doesn't even get anyone with his blade. So that's exactly how we wanted to play that. We need to help our Reinhardt back out though. The Genji's still in our back line, and the soldiers on this Reinhardt behind us. We should be paying attention to this Reinhardt, but we should be helping our Reinhardt get out as well. So now we're on the Reinhardt. We should be calling this Reinhardt out. Everyone should be screaming this Reinhardt. We should be able to kill him here. He's got everyone in between him and his supports. He dies, and we're just backing up to stabilize. We go for the res, and we get the res on the soldier. So we need to help our soldier get out. We hook their hog. We get him. They use High Noon. They get nothing with the High Noon though. And we go back to point. We're able to recontest point here. Yeah, and then the Genji is just here trying to harass her Mercy, but she's able to get away. The Genji goes back towards the mini room. We should be calling this out because we can have more people focus on him here. Because now he does use dash to get out. He dies though. And we're just kind of working on their shields now. So now we're kind of stuck in. Well, now we've got them in a good place to hold, and their Hog's coming around through behind us. They swapped over to the Junkrat from the Genji after the blade failed. Their Hog's behind, trying to contest point. He's looking for a hook on the Mercy, but he misses. But he does start pushing payload. He walks off payload to try and kill the Mercy. Alright, we pulled out pistol. I know you understand this is not good, but don't pull out your pistol. Scream that the Roadhog's behind, fly to your team, and damage boost somebody. Don't pull out your pistol to fight the Roadhog. We kill the Roadhog. Now we're playing forward here. In this situation, because they have no one here, and the Reinhardt's coming back, we can play right here on this little truck, the little crane here. This is where we can hold to start with. So this is where we move up to this position again in a second, and the Junkrat's just kind of throwing bombs over top. Doing tons of damage there. McCree comes up over high ground. He's on the spinner now, and so is their Junkrat. So we back up on the point, which is the right play here. Junkrat's here on our back line. We pop our Visor. Visor gets their... Okay, so what happened here is we split up again. Our Reinhardt's all the way here in the back, which I think was a pin that got you back there. You pinned to get back there. By the way, we weren't tracking ultimates clearly. And our Reinhardt goes to chase this kill. And I think he goes a little too far to chase this kill. Yeah, he doesn't pin or anything. He's just here chasing the kill. So the Reinhardt sees the opportunity. He gets nanoed. He shatters. He knocks the soldier down during Visor. He knocks the Mercy down. He knocks everybody down. And that pin should pretty much kill our hog. It does. They get 2 with the high noon. They use tire. Or that's our tire actually. Which gets our Ana, or gets their Ana, and gets their hog very low. We lose our soldier. Junkrat's coming back, just trying to contest the point for a bit longer. They miss their hook. Junkrat's on point, but he dies, which is okay. We bought time for the team to be able to respawn, regroup, and possibly touch. So now going into this, both teams have Hall, Hog, and that is the only ultimate we have. We have both support ultimates though, so we pop Coalescence and Valk at the same time. I disagree with this. We should have coordinated this better, and we should have gone with Valkyrie first and then Coalescence in the mid fight. That'd be the better way to use those 2 ultimates. Is Valkyrie first and then into Coalescence, because it allows the Moira to get time out of her orbs and stuff like that. But using them both together doesn't really get much value, because one of them is enough to stop us from all dying. 2 of them is just kind of causing issues for us, or is just wasting ultimate time. So we shatter, we hit their hog down, we kill their hog, and we should be able to clean this fight up now. Their Junkrat kills our soldier, but we're okay. We get the res off. It's just Junkrat on point. We kill Junkrat.
60 seconds.
So they're regrouping now. Coming to this next fight, which I think this is their last fight they have to cap. They have Tire and Coalescence. They're pretty close to Shatter, and they're pretty far away from everything else. But we don't have any ultimates. We used all our ultimates to win that fight. So they're probably going to Tire here from the high ground and use Coalescence pretty early. Which they do. So here's the Tire coming in. It's extremely low, but we lose our Reinhardt to it, which should be okay for us. We go for the res. This is very dangerous res. You get it off, but I think we lose you after that. Yeah, we do lose the Mercy. We get their Reinhardt. So now we have our Reinhardt, and we just play on point here. The soldier is probably gonna get chased and killed, and they pop High Noon on the high ground. We're gonna lose probably our Roadhog to that. Yeah, we lose a Rogue. Just a Roadhog though. Moira gets killed, and they clean up, and they should be able to cap with like 8 seconds on the clock. Alright then. So now that that's happened, now we go back to first point, and this is for our attack now.
Ready for battle.
Alright. So now for our attack, we run
3, 2, 1. Attackers
standard DPS for us. We run standard comp. There's a Tracer behind us. We hook the Tracer, force recall, and we don't. We do follow. We do try and follow up on this. She does, I think, get away. And our Reinhardt is making space here. And we're just going to do damage. This Reinhardt is extremely low. We should really be putting pressure on him here, which we are. His shield is now probably almost dead. Yeah, his shield is almost dead. His shield breaks. We're chasing forward on him. We hook him. He's dead. Confirm that kill. And we push forward. We need to help our Reinhardt though. And there's a Tracer again on our back line. Which should, I think, be probably the main thing that McCree is looking out for. Yeah, and he's turned around for that. But that's kind of that's mainly the McCree's job to take care of the Tracer, because it's a flashbang and a headshot is an insta kill on the Tracer. So we turn around to look for the Tracer. She does get away right now. So we just kind of focus main on the front line, because they're still down there Reinhardt. Roadhog goes forward to kill, or roaming to kill the Tracer. and the rest of the team is just pushing the payload. So we're just helping our Reinhardt push forward. No Tracer, I think she just got away again. So that's one thing we need to kind of make sure we focus on. Our Mercy is very low. She should probably back up even more at this point. We should try and keep her up. We're on the Roadhog, or they're on the Roadhog. We hook their McCree, and he does die to that. Okay, so now we're swinging on this. There's a pulse bomb, sticks to the Mercy, kills both of the supports, and I think we need to back. I think we back up on this. Yeah, I think we just decide to back up. Or we kill their Tracer. I think we try and stabilize this fight. But we are down both supports. Only heals are on the payload. So we need to be playing very safe when this happens. And that's another big thing. You did it there, kind of. But we need to... That's one thing when we're playing against Ana. We haven't played against Ana much. But when we are playing against Ana, we need to make sure we are blocking the nades. At least from our team. We need to make sure our team doesn't get hit by nades. When we have a Reinhardt, it's his job. If we have a D.Va, it's more the D.Va's job than the Reinhardt's job. See, our Roadhog gets hooked. They nano their Reinhardt, which gets the Reinhardt very low. But we, yeah, okay. So we just use, we counter the double ult by them with the ability on the Reinhardt. So we hit the Reinhardt off the map. We shatter. You're just trying to shatter the Reinhardt. That's cool. That's fine. They use High Noon from behind. And we hook him, but he does kill 2. So now their Tracer's behind us. And they're rezzing the Kree. So it's just 3 of us on point right now. And they've got 5 on point. Our Reinhardt gets low from that. They stick a pulse bomb on the Roadhog. But he's able to heal up through that. And at this point, yeah, the Mercy should be on the Reinhardt, helping the Reinhardt win that fight with the McCree. And we should back up and try and stabilize here. So we do push the payload. Yeah, we should definitely be trying to stabilize right now. Which we are, yeah. So we come back, we use the Coalescence from the Moira, and we kill the Reinhardt in our backline. And we should be able to clean this fight up. We kill their Mercy, we kill their Hog. And we push forward. Their Tracer comes in again. Just trying to waste time. Which, here, on this map especially, this is a really good example of the fact that she's not doing anything right now. The point wouldn't have moved anyways because the door's busy open. Now that the door's open, now the payload can start moving. And she's already backed away. So she's just trying to farm ultimate, if anything, right there. We just pressure the Kree down. They've swapped their composition. They're now running the Monkey instead of the Reinhardt. Which is really good for us because we have the shield. Or we're the only ones with the shield. They don't have any shield now. So we get a free shatter now. So now there's only one person on the bottom here, so we don't need to shatter yet. But they have no shield, so we have a couple seconds where we could shatter if we wanted to. They stick the pulse bomb onto the Moira. Do we have Fade? Which one would Fade be? Fade be F1. Okay, yeah, we have Fade. We should hopefully not lose our Moira here. But we only lose the Moira. But yeah, if you Fade with the Pulse Bomb, it'll drop the Pulse Bomb where you're standing. So you can also try and make sure you keep yourself away from your teammates when you do that. So our Reinhardt, he's getting ulted now by the Hog. We should try and keep him up. We do lose him. We use our own whole Hog in response. And I think we go for the Monkey. They use their High Noon from behind. And they kill 2 with that. And yeah, so we should just back out and regroup. So their Hog plays aggressive, he gets hooked for it, and he gets killed. So now we're up 1. We're up 1, we should want to play aggressive here. Their Tracer's behind us now, but she's not really doing too much until we go aggro, until she can actually touch. They use their tire. No, this is our tower. This is our tower from high ground we use. Which should be able to get 2. You should be able to get their, at least their Monkey or something. Oh, it's a zoning up. They used another pulse bomb. They get nothing with it. We nano our monkey, and they kill our Reinhardt. We go for the res though. We get the res off. Our Mercy should be backing up though at this point. So, like, we kill their Reinhardt, not their Reinhardt, their McCree on the high ground. We lose our Mercy to the nano, or not the nano, but the Tracer combined with the Primal. Their monkey's in our backline, but should be okay. We're pushing the payload still, and it's just 3 of them on point. We lose our Kree to their Kree, or their Ana, but we kill their Tracer. We kill their Ana, has to back up. Their Kree's coming back. He gets hooked and should die. We cap second point. Alright, so now we're going into third point. Third point, going into third point, we have 2 ultimates, and we're pretty close to tire as well. As far as their ultimates go, they have nothing, and their closest thing is going to be whole hog, and they're still 3/4 of the way. They're only 3/4 of the way there. So we kill their Ana because she's playing aggro. It's really good play by the heads up play by the Junkrat. They go for the res though, and we don't stop it. Their hog's playing forward though. We kill him. Their Ana is trying to back away. She hits the nade, but the nade only hits the Roadhog. So we just continue to kind of push forward. We hook her May, but she gets the freeze off, she gets the wall up, and our Roadhog is being burned. But he should be okay. We should be able to help our Reinhardt through this. Now they have a Bastion. We hook the Bastion to get him out from his setup position, but our Reinhardt gets walled up, and we probably lose him. We get a huge shatter off though. We kill their Ana. We killed both their supports with a high noon, and we pop tire. We popped a lot to keep this fight going, but at the end of the day, we're kind of it's okay. And the fact that we didn't coordinate it is the biggest part of the problem. The fact that we didn't call we were using all these ultimates. They were all individually good ultimates though. But it is unfortunate we're down now on ultimates. We only have Whole Hog and Coalescence going to this last fight, and they'll have Nano and Primal. So we use Whole Hog to try and hold them back in spawn, and no one can even touch the point, and we win. So now going into this final, they have 1 minute, we have 3 minutes. So this is their attack to see how far they can get it.
Ready for battle. Attackers incoming. Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
So they start off with the Bastion.
Stop the
Yeah.
payload.
So we recognize the Bastion, and very quickly we make the call we want to hold forward. So when they have the Bastion, we can't really hold here. There's too many sight lines for the Bastion to just rain down on shield. So you want to, in that case, you want to move here, which we all start doing this rotation. And when you do this rotation, supports can usually hide back in this room back here. And just kind of peek out for the damage. And then you can either, with the soldier, you can play behind the shield, or you can play up here on this high ground. Either one's up to you, but you have to be careful if you play the high ground because you don't have much support. So the way our Reinhardt gets slept during that rotation, and then the Reaper versus the Junkrat is going on over here. The Junkrat decides to get out, which is probably the good addition, or a good idea when you're in a small room with a Reaper, is to leave the room. So we do get, but we lose our Reinhardt very early here. We lose our Junkrat, but I think we wanna contest this fight still. The Reaper kind of just rolls on forward to this. At this point, we probably want to swap the legs for a McCree, as McCree just has a much better matchup than legs does when it comes to the Reaper. So the Reinhardt's super low. We should be able to get him here. Nah, his team is behind him, and we lose our Reinhardt. So now we're just kind of stalling point as long as we can. And then we should be able to regroup. I think we are able to recontest this point. So they have the Bastion set up on point now. We need to help our Mercy get out. Or we lose our Mercy. We get their Reaper for it though, so we do get a trade there. As far as the ultimates go, no one has anything. And we're going for the recontest. Now we lose our Junkrat though. And our Roadhog's coming back now. They use their Whole Hog, which is the first ultimate they have. They also have Baptiste ult and Bastion ult up. But we use Moira ult. We get killed instantly with the Moira ult, which is unfortunate to lose that. And they should be able to clean this up, and they should be able to cap this point. They use the window as well, which is Fairly poorly placed. Alright, but they cap, but they're in overtime. So now the way this kind of works at this point is the game being in overtime is they're forced to use abilities and ultimates to win every fight because they can't afford to lose a single fight. A single fight loss for them loses them the game, or loses them the round at least. So they pop their Bastion ult, and they have nano. I think they nano him in a second as well. No, they nano the hog. Okay. And we lose our Moira to that. So I think the call there is just to, we call just back up, play safe. We get the, okay, we res our Kree after we lose him, which is a good res, and the Junkrat in the background kills the Reaper. So their hog's playing aggro, and we should work on trying to clean him up. Alright, so this is pretty hard to play against, but the main idea when you have this Bastion comp is you have to drop. You have to, or from this position at least, the high ground, you have to drop down on top of the Bastion and at least contest the payload and make it hard for him to aim. If you're all standing together, it's much easier for him to shoot. So they waste their lamp out, and we call the lamp is the win condition for us is Riptire. So we're setting up our Junkrat for the Riptire. We see they put the lamp down, so we just need to melt lamp, which we do, and then we pop tire, and they can't do anything to stop that tire. The Reinhardt gets extremely low. He walks off point. Bastion's off point. Ana's off point. We win the round. So now all it is up to us. We have 3 minutes, and we have to cap first point and halfway to second point. So this is our final attack. Now we decide to run a Bastion comp on the point. Put the sheet on the payload. We get our Bastion set up. There's a Reaper above us and behind us, and our first shield gets melted. But we pull the Junkrat and almost kill him. We force him to play very safe, or he's gonna die. Yana gets the heals on him. The Reaper drops on us, but he has to use his right form to get out, and the Bastion is still set up on point. Our Reinhardt gets slept, but we are able to protect him here. The Junkrat gets behind us now. It's kind of throwing damage on this Bastion, but we kill him, and the Reaper is setting up on the high ground, looking for a chance to drop down on top of the team. But other than that, the payload just keeps moving. They're trying to test the payload. We're fighting this Roadhog. We should be able to burn this Roadhog, and the Reaper's behind us again, but we are aware of him this time, and we kill him for that. Our Reinhardt goes in. I really like this play. I really like this pin by the Reinhardt. You have your team behind you to protect you there. You get pinned in response though, but we're able to pull you, or pull the enemy Reinhardt out to keep him from killing you. We kill him and we heal you back up. And that was a really big space-making play by the Reinhardt there. So yeah, I'm gonna point this out just real quick. There's no reason to really be holding shields here. For the Reinhardt, your shield, and yeah, you kind of drop it for a second and you bring it back up. But we have the Orisa shield, and the Rein shield should only be used when the Orisa shield is low or dead. So we try and pull the Junkrat, and I think he just backs up. He's very, very low, and our Junkrat's up, making space up top. And we cap first, with 2 minutes left to get second, or 2 minutes left to get the 3/4 of the way to finishing second. So as far as ultimates go, we have Shatter, we have Coalescence, and we're halfway to pretty much everything else. As far as their ultimates go, they don't have anything, and they swapped a couple, because they swapped to the Bastion and the Orisa to try and basically match the composition. They tried to match us with an Ana instead of Mercy for heals. We're aware of this. We have our shield up, yeah, and this is where you use the Rein shield. And we pull their Bastion down to the low ground. We burn their Reinhardt down with putting the shield up. And their Bastion's back again. We should be trying to melt him here. Pop a Reinhardt. This is their Riptire coming from high ground. We get their Bastion. They get our Reinhardt. Our Mercy's low. Our Bastion gets slapped. We pop the ult from the Bastion, but we lose our Bastion anyways, which is unfortunate. but I think we called the switch after this fight. Yeah, like the call would be to switch now. Now that they have control of the point, we're gonna swap out the Bastion. We back up, and I think we stabilize this, actually, but we swap to the legs, which is the much better pick to pick. Once we're down the Bastion, we need to swap off the Bastion. We stabilize, and then we go forward. We lose our Moira, but we force their Junkrat kind of stick with us, and we should be able to kill him here. The Bastion's here, we use Shatter, get their DPS and other supports on the ground, and Riptire finishes the game off. That was overall pretty good by us. There was a couple smaller things we could change, especially when it comes to kind of like the DPS matchups. But all that was really good.